Brilliance Audio presents the unabridged recording of The Secret Plot to Make Ted Kennedy President, Inside the Real Watergate Conspiracy, by Geoff Shepard, performed by Jim Bond. Dedication. The Watergate Special Prosecution Force was established with the appointment of Archibald Cox on May 25, 1973. Nixon resigned on August 9, 1974, but the savage onslaught did not finally end until June of 1977, well after the Democrats had regained control of the White House and vastly increased their majorities in both houses of Congress. Charles Ruff, the fourth special prosecutor, and later counsel to President Bill Clinton, observed in a farewell interview with Bob Woodward that he expected his work on Watergate to be questioned someday, saying, "There are judgment calls that were made that people can legitimately question." Ruff assured Woodward that, should he be called to testify at such an inquiry, "I'd say, gee, I just don't remember what happened back then, and they won't be able to indict me for perjury, and that, maybe, that's the principal thing that I've learned in 4 years. I just intend to rely on that failure of memory." This book marks the beginning of that inquiry, and is dedicated to the thousands of Republicans, candidates, supporters, contributors, and all of their families, whose aspirations were thwarted, whose careers were ended, and whose lives were ruined in the single-minded effort to destroy them and the GOP, to the end that Ted Kennedy might become president and the restoration of Camelot finally be achieved. Preface. After graduating from both Whittier College in 1966 and Harvard Law School in 1969, I took a job with a law firm in Seattle. At the same time, I applied for a White House fellowship, although I knew that the odds of winning one of those highly competitive slots were slim at best. Richard Nixon himself, coincidentally, had been responsible for my interest in the Fellows Program. In 1965, shortly after being elected student body president at Whittier, also Nixon's alma mater, I was informed that I had been selected to receive that year's annual Nixon Scholarship, $250, which at that time was not an insubstantial amount, from the Whittier Republican Women's Club. It turned out that Nixon had agreed to present the award in person, and I was seated at the head table next to the former vice president. When he rose to speak, he didn't talk about politics or national affairs. Instead, he set about comparing his experiences at
Sample complete. Ready to continue?